What is up, Washington football fans? Guess what? There has been change up top as far as the ownership goes. But it's not what you think. Hi, I am Greg and welcome to this channel. This channel is dedicated to the Washington football team, formerly known as the Washington Redskins. So if you're new here and you want to become a fellow maniac, please consider subscribing to this channel and hit that notification bell so you will never miss another video release. So yes, what can I say now? I knew that there was going to be some sort of change up top. Something was going to happen. We were not just going to have all of this investigation stuff and whatnot, and stuff with the minority owners and Daniel Snyder just kind of go away, and then we're sitting back 3 or 4 years later going, I wonder what happened with all that. Well, we know what is happening, don't we? So for those of you who were under a rock yesterday like I was out in the field working. I did not have time to even check email or Twitter or anything. So I didn't get the news until late yesterday evening that Daniel Snyder is attempting to buy out the minority owner's stake in the football team and become 100% owner of the Washington football team. Let me repeat that. 100% owner of the Washington football team. So now Daniel Snyder, he's like, I am the owner 100%. Which means that he could pretty much do whatever he wants after this. I mean, that's really what I'm seeing. So to me, that's kind of scary because, again, going back to 1999 and on up through 2021, how often have you seen this team win and be successful on the field? Not very often. And so as a fan of this team, that scares me a lot. Now, having said that, I will tell you, as I said in one of my videos in the past about ownership and all the issues that was, going on with that the grass is always greener on the other side. And who's to say that Amazon dude would wind up being a much better owner? I mean, just because that he can probably buy 3 or 4 Earths doesn't necessarily mean that he knows anything about running an NFL franchise. And Daniel Snyder, of course, did not know anything about running an NFL franchise when he bought the Redskins. And we have seen that to be true because over the years, there have been some horrendous mistakes that this ownership has made that has set this franchise back years, even I would argue decades. And so now that Daniel Snyder is 100%, and now the buck stops with him. So, in a way, this is kind of a blessing in disguise. And let me explain that. The reason why I say that is that now we can truly decide, we will truly know if Daniel Snyder has turned over a new leaf. If he has, if he continues to let things change how they have been changing in this past year, which for the most part has been for the better. I haven't agreed with all of the changes that have been made, but for the most part, there have been some good changes. So having said all that, I am quite nervous with Daniel Snyder being 100% owner of the Washington football team. And of course, this will all be official come next week after the owners meeting. I don't see any of those owners voting against, or I don't see the majority of the owners voting against this. Now, if they do, that's going to be hugely shocking to me. But as it stands right now, Daniel Snyder is going to be owner until the day he dies. And then after that happens, then his children will take over ownership of the Washington football team. So basically, Snyder is going to own this team forever. So as us Washington football fans, we're just going to have to sit back and hope that with all the changes that are being made, that this team is going in the right direction. So far, it looks like it is. And we just hope that Snyder will allow things to grow organically and kind of stay out of it all. And hopefully he'll be able to reap some really good rewards, not just monetarily, but actually being able, to bring home championships and Super Bowls to this franchise, because this franchise has needed it. With all that being said, what do you think? I mean, obviously I know what you're going to think, but I also know that there's some fans out there who think that Daniel Snyder is a great owner. Let me hear from you as well. But yes, let me hear from all of you. What do you think about this? Do you think that we're going to be okay? Do you think that with all the changes that are happening that we'll continue the trajectory up? Or once it's all inked and official, is Dan Snyder going to be the Dan Snyder of old? So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Again, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of it. And if you enjoyed what you saw and you'd like to see more, please consider subscribing to this channel. And always, again, hit that notification bell so you won't miss any future video releases. That's all I have time for today, folks. So, hell to the Washington football team, and hell Daniel Snyder.